Makes me happy to see. All this makes me happy to see.
Oh. Everybody, I don't know what. All of a sudden, they started taking pictures of people at work.
Not this brain says
like,
it's
hey, can you look busy or
also
like
kind of
really
sad.
thinking about something? There's
It's sad that John likes his own.
Robert Kirkman. Is he even in that picture?
I guess it is.
David Hine, Ed Brubaker, Charlie Adlard. Oh, look. Charlie Adlard gets a full-page photo and a quote from him. Unless circumstance forces me out, I'll be a comic artist until the day I die. Charlie Adlard.
Circumstances forces me out.
Is he still working? Since they ended...
Well, like what circumstances could do that?
You can barely see him. The lighting is so terrible. Can you imagine sending somebody out to get these photos and they can't even
If you haven't yet seen my Cyber Frog asymmetrical cranium video, I recommend it. Watch it before or after this one, your choice, but watch them both because they're like bookends. They emphasize each other's point.
Oh, this is the one where I got to
I'll be
shout
doing
out
comics for the rest of my life too. Probably Rainbow the Brute. The first one.
Because I was drawing all these kind of pit creatures. See what I named the street
Repeating
sign?
The asymmetrical cranium emphasizes Ethan's creative deficit.
Awesome.
Art is in the mind's eye, not the ocular eye or the hand.
Oh, but look at the layout of that.
It's not even in the skill set or learning, though that is an important part of development.
Up here, I guess I got to hold it up. Doing this on a phone sucks. This giant axe comes crashing down. Cougars like throwing shaft down. Diehard's grabbing.
But more than developing the ocular eye or the hand, develop the mind's eye.
And then you get to see what they see.
Create that image in your mind, then build it on the page. Make a window into a world in which that thing you're depicting is actually there, staring back at you. These inflated egos of Comicsgate and mainstream comics are under the misconception that they are elite artists.
Cougar gets to rip out dude's throat.
Somebody forgot to tell them that comic art is one level above the funny pages. That's one level above Dick Tracy, Garfield, Blondie, and Peanuts, etc. In 1985, I made 5 surrealistic paintings. Surrealism is unnatural things painted realistically. They were in acrylic, so they kind of had a plastic look about them.
He was like, I want you all to die.
I didn't like that.
And we see like
so I switched to oil.
Energy, and then everyone's kind of shocked.
My very first oil painting ended up perfect because I didn't stop until it was perfect.
What the fuck?
It took me a year.
And it's Lady Photon?
Mainly because I was working a factory job at the time, but in a year I had achieved perfection in my first oil painting. I actually beat the reference photo. My painting looked more real than the photo I copied from.
Something about the burst out of him. He's been in this
in any other place,
kind of hospital.
In any other location, I could have gone far.
It's just a barn.
I never stopped trying, but I had to do my trying in between struggling to pay my bills and such.
And they're trying to fix Bad Rock.
Like God and the devil were both conspiring against me. Why even give me the gift if you're gonna barricade the road to its destination?
Oh look, it was Skybound back then too. Okay, so this is what did I say, 2012? Probably 2013 by now. Skybound.
I finally figured this was a practice life. Hopefully the one before the actual one.
This is the big.
We're not here to be great and leave a legacy. We're here to improve ourselves, to get better for next time. Learn from our mistakes and get it right next time. This really is a matrix.
The guy who's drawing Supreme.
A manifestation of a reality. And it's not a one-shot.
I think he blew up on.
We don't reincarnate as someone else in the future,
God knows what it is.
unless we're meant to.
I think he's like.
We weren't someone else in the past, unless that was on our path.
Like, yeah, this really great.
Mostly we've always been who we are.
Eric Larson style, and I think it was really fast too.
Really great Eric Larson style. Pardon me.
Our first memory of the discomfort of a soiled diaper. Here we are again.
John.
4.
We have learned so much. Let's get it right this time. And if we don't, there's always next time.
I get some
For eternity.
on here, guys, from time to time.
We can do it over and over again,
Each one there.
non-stop. It never ends. There is no end.
John walked.
After a while, you get to recognize the signs.
I think he wrote
So
that.
if you get it wrong, you get it right
One of the writers on it.
End is a construct. The concept of ending is a construct. We know what we did wrong.
So they're at Las Vegas.
We can do better next time.
Going on all these places.
Life is a liar, yeah, life is a cheat. It'll lead you
Sign
on
kind of filled up a little more and whatnot. But it's funny because
don't you worry, don't you whine. Cause if you
right
get
there.
it wrong, you get it right
it
next
says
time.
girl.
But what we do,
Go down.
what we achieve, that's not
It's
the
an
real
old
goal.
lady holding
The
a
real goal
can of mayo.
is to learn and grow,
It's May.
so we can be the best possible version of ourselves in the real world.
Oh,
The double entendre
Still
of
more
these
mouth
lyrics
in the tongue.
is that hopefully I can get my circumstances aligned better in my next life, and hopefully Ethan can figure out symmetry before his next Robo Critter sketch comes.
See what else I got in here. Oh! Look at this. Some of you guys know this. Eddie Money was like my first concert that I ever paid money for. This right here says Eddie Money Live. Isn't that crazy?
Mark Nemesis, this is going to say VOD. Ethan, obvious like you might want to try to get Facebook right by measuring off that beautiful how you just finished. Screen grab from him. You know, my
This little cowboy here. Billboard. The name of this story is What Happens in Vegas Dies in Vegas. John, 3-card Monty McLaughlin, writer John, One-Eyed Jack Malin. Friends call me Jack.
Jack Mail.
Look at this. For a designy, kind of showy. This. I was probably high as a motherfucker.
What is
Drawing
he?
this up.
One shot makes that another face. Hey, thanks.
I think both.
I'm just gonna chill if you guys don't mind. I'll draw listen to John and then whoever else.
And Shaft's like, oh, brother.
Here's see what he's done today for the boys.
And this chick was
Wow.
like following them around. She's like part of the press. I think she's kind of supposed to be our window into the team. This is interesting panel here. Again, like just the kind of design of things. Cougar is walking along the top of the roof, and Vogue's being a wet blanket. I think she's pretty much like, hey, get down here. And there he is. See the little action marks on the pipes there? And then he's free falling into this sewer. And there's, I think there's rats here. I think I drew, some rats on like a little piece of wood. And then she's making some remark while he is falling into the water, and that motion is meant to be like a flush or like a and then he falls because she distracted him. Oh yeah, I'm getting this.
No, you can't order Wreck Planet at Sketches, but you can go order Red Extermination ones. Go to Cyberpunk 3, Red Extermination. They are there. And order a head sketch for the next issue.
And they're running around the place, trying to track down whatever it is they're looking for. And then, look. How do we do this? Booyah. And these are all just characters that are created. This guy's Catellan, I think, right? Catellan, like combat. This guy's like
I missed a bunch
boss.
of them, I think.
He's
put on some trash cast stuff in the back of studio.
What was that? Letter people, I think it was.
Let me think about it.
Teeth.
Imagine a man called Plushes. Imagine Donna Wildcats. Also thought Islam, like Psalms, would have been a better name for Eric's comic if he cared about biblical influence. That's pretty smart. Yeah, I could put on.
Let's see.
I could put on Eric's live closeout stream
with a tight little butt, and then this other little assault chick over here.
Eric wants to rip his pouches. Fucking horrible. Absolutely terrible. I like have to detox from talking about him. I know people are like, you're obsessed with him.
Look here.
He's the subject matter of Trash Cast, him and Yellow Flash.
To the next page.
And people need to have trash. People need to hear about it.
Talking to him.
Until such time as they don't.
Close shot.
But I'm not taking them. I don't mind. But yeah, it's really bad. Like the
eyeball in that last.
I was telling Dick Masterson, I was just like, look, I used to think that Eric July's kind of like fake kind of thug, like, whoa, pull up. I used to think that was like an air that he put on, like to sort of make his intellectual, like libertarian kind of a philosophy more palatable to some people. Like trying to make politics hip, for urban youth, aka black people. But I've come to realize that no, he's just stupid. And it's like really disappointing. He really is just dumb. And he wrote this intro to his the Ripazine, his new comic book. And it's like borderline illiterate. It's so stupid. Frustrating.
And then we get the you're not doing that. We're gonna kick your butt.
Okay, here comes that asymmetrical cranium. See how it's high on our right and low on our left?
Deadpool
that ain't natural.
No.
And it's the exact same shape as the Cyberfrog cranium he fucked up in the other video.
He's doing some kind of like mental. He's like in Shaft's head, giving him the visual. See the Shaft's like,
monkey. Yeah.
And then he's getting these
Like I was just
visuals
like, oh, he's just doing this. It's like a way to reach out,
as
but
he's explaining what's happening. That's why Shaft here,
That's really
so
him.
near silhouette has like blood running down his face.
There's nothing there. There's a lot of like pretension, but no, he's not smart at all.
I'm about to comment about it in the chat.
Staple. Page
I'm putting an enlarged pip of the comment layered over the video.
And that's me talking. I mean, I usually assume, like I just explained, like I always assume that people are smart until they prove otherwise, and then I'm like stunned and insulted. I assume people are smart until like you find out they're dumb, and then you're just like
a lot of detail here.
Like I feel like you betrayed me. I feel like you lied about being smart.
There's that Catalan guy, and Lady Photon is
kind of weird.
Like, oh, I'll save you, and then she like burns through his head.
I'm commenting. One side of the cranium is already higher than the other. The cranium is going to be asymmetrical.
All right, hang on. You guys want to watch Eric July's stuff while I do this? Let me see if I can find something. What else is there? Is there something else that I'm missing?
Or McFarlane.
Here's my second chat comment about it. I'm saying, yep, it's Volkswagen shaped, just like that Sciver frog from last time.
Yellow Flash is half of Eric's IQ.
Pulls out.
Yellow Flash is really stupid.
On this thing. Pull out again. And hold on. Oh, okay. We can see that the fly is on Vogue's face. This is a dead Vogue.
Yeah. The shape of his head. It took a long time to find the shape of his head.
And we see there's like a crime scene.
It's like a mushroom, like big, wide cheeks, eyes really far apart on opposite sides of the head. And then in like, he's got a little jaw underneath this big, wide cheek.
It's the first time we're seeing him.
And it's like a cross between like a dinosaur,
like FBI, not on
crocodile kind of, and a dog. You know?
And then he kind of gets
but like it took a long time to find the shape, and now I got it. Like that's and then his teeth kind of recede back, and you hear a little bit to make it kind of smile. Isn't that cool?
And then I got to draw.
These characters all have to have designs.
Cool, I got
that you can simplify. You know,
Troll. Who's this? Night Saber, I believe.
Mr. Remix. I'm gonna find something else if you put Eric on. Oh yeah. Who is smarter, Matt Barr or Patrick T?
So all that was real.
Patrick T, I think.
Real for me to be doing.
You know, Matt Barr is no dummy. He's just crazy and angry. But I don't think he has like a low IQ.
I don't have 75. That's
but I still think I think Patrick T is kind of smarter.
How does he make the same mistake twice and with such precision?
I don't. You know, I'm not very smart, but I think I'm smarter than Matt Barr. I don't know if I'm smarter than Patrick T.
See here, big. Look, that's almost like godlike.
It's like his drawing instinct has a malfunction, and his artist eye thinks that's what a cranium is supposed to be shaped like.
Who's coloring this now? Is that Ross Hughes? Yeah, Ross Hughes is coloring it now. This little handsome face on Shaft there. This is a flashback, I think. Look at these narrow panels, like pancake panels. These are really thin, and they go all the way, or nearly all the way across, if not all the way across. It's hard to see.
All right, super chat over a total of $100, and we'll switch to Eric July Trash Cat stuff. Because I at least have to be a little bit focused to pay attention to him.
Sacrifices himself to
total of $100, and we become Trash Cats. Otherwise, we're chilling right here. Well, we're going to be drawing no matter what, but we'll watch some trash.
Pay him $100 and he'll talk about something less boring. He's serious.
Oh, and
John is looking at his.
It's headed to
his old work.
Crash.
How much does he sell his turds for?
You know, the thing about looking at comics on live streams is it's cozy.
It's
People do
headed to
like it.
crash into.
I've done it a few times. I've gotten really good feedback from you guys. Like recently, I've done it, and people are just kind of charmed by it. Head Rock,
And
that's
then when it
$2
crashes,
right there. What up, fat?
If you look at the
$98 to go,
nearby
and we're going to Eric July.
airfield.
If he actually was as great as he thinks he is, he'd be less offensively immodest.
In the town of Howell, Michigan.
Head Rock says doing my part. Well, I mean, some people might not want to.
It's not really like it's small.
What's with these groupies? You know they're going to scratch down in their pockets and give him the money, because how can they disappoint their sunbeam or whatever the hell he is to them? What a racket. What a scam. What a racketeer. What a scammer.
Whatever, call him, I don't know.
If he was more legit and more sincere,
I've showed you guys before.
would he have more groupies or less? I don't know. That's a tough one. What I've got figured is that he's more of a star than a creator. From my point of view, a YouTuber with comic art as his gimmick. What makes that theory valid is that Sam Raimi doesn't toot his own horn as a YouTuber because he doesn't need to.
Why would people be mad at Shane? I don't get it.
There's this container.
I think trash cast subjects can be mad at Shane because Shane has gone in on Eric.
Collecting groupies on YouTube is a form of mass hypnosis.
But I don't know. Like,
you literally have to put a spell on people to get them hooked on you if you don't have anything better to get them hooked on.
You know, like the astronaut walking down the corridor.
Only Yancy is justified in being mad at Shane. Yeah.
Comparing status to status, he looks down on me. That's not a hunch. It's fucking obvious he looks down on me. Success-wise, he can, if he doesn't mind being a shitbag.
Yeah.
He lives in the uppity neighborhood.
That'd be nice.
I live in a collapsing house in the woods that would be condemned if it was inside the city limits. Thankfully, it's outside the city limits, or the bulldozers would have shown up years ago.
Look at this.
I don't begrudge his success. I'm offended by his attitude that it makes him better than me. He's a better YouTuber than me. Big deal. I'll put my art and stories up for comparison to his anytime he's willing to be humbled. He knows I'm better creatively than him.
Then he gets like a phone call and it sends a signal to his brain.
He avoids facing it, and he probably wouldn't admit it, but he knows.
Oh, no, it's not a signal. It's
I've made sure he knows my level. All that still bothers me about it is that I don't think he's on my side about it.
Walking away.
That is, I don't think he wants to accept it. He wishes he was as at the top as he makes himself out to be.
Looking like the fucking man.
There might be some insecurity about that.
Lightsaber there. Now I'm drawing Troll.
But what's an insecure person doing acting like they're too good to admit to somebody's level?
Badass.
It would be easier with less pretense. And maybe a less pretentious person might qualify for a higher level of the creative gift.
But you know what I mean? The thing is, those characters are actual, real characters.
Then we got this big danger room.
Yeah, you just remember being there in the 90s when you had McFarlane action figures of the Youngblood characters, you know.
Against this
I guess if you're a fan, it would be kind of fun to get to draw a Troll.
Right there.
I would never.
And then you can see they're being observed.
I might draw Bad Rock, you know.
Or some kind of glass.
Bad Rock seems like a pretty good design.
There's something out there deciding who gets how much of the gift. And they ain't deciding it based on how much you could sell your turds for.
More double page. Just overlapping. Large panels.
All that drawing, and he still doesn't realize the cranium is lopsided.
Comicscape drama, you're right. John does look like Mac tonight. Christopher says, Jibbity Jabbity is Jibba Jabba is what It is. Okay, it's another $2. So $96 more to go. Should you guys decide
It's
that's
like
where
a,
you
I
want
don't
to
know,
go.
it's like a hybrid McFarlane. I don't know, Liefeld, Cortatio thing.
We're gonna see. I mean, you know, the so far the Ripazine is doing even
Troll, he's breaking this
and
dude's leg.
it's doing even worse business than. It's
Yeah.
just all of it's awful. You know, I would feel bad for him if he wasn't such a fucking asshole.
Well, we find out Troll's kind of a bad guy, and then he turns into this.
But yeah, it's doing
form, which
worse
I think
than
is
what
his
I can't remember the
actual
name.
form.
Goodgen. It's doing worse than Goodgen.
So he's like,
Last I
this
looked,
thing.
it was like less than $40,000 on the first day. I mean, you know, we're going to be back to beating him pretty soon on normal campaigns.
Easy Path Sciver is a
And they
mediocre
resurrect-
creator
spoiler, they
who acts like he's the
resurrected
top of the heap.
original Chapel.
If he wasn't exalting himself above his actual reality, I could get along with him. But that's not the case. I art and write circles around his mediocre level. But he
Chapel
snobs
2,
his nose at
now
me.
taking on the face paint of his father, is attacking.
Nitrum says ice on number 3 will
These
do
bullets.
7 figures.
Bit of a
Like it better,
with
you
them all
know.
going on.
If it doesn't, I
Drew, this, I
don't think it
really
will
enjoyed
anymore.
this. Look at these little cuts here. These little figures.
Well, he did at first, but I think maybe he's seen that I'm right since then. So he gets flustered when I rattle his chain about it.
But like, if any book is going to go back to that, it would be Ice on 3 because people want to finish up the story. But problem is, nobody read the story.
A lot of
me.
design, guys. Little designy things. Things overlapping.
I'm kind of curious if Eric can stick the landing, but I'd be reading it ironically, and I think most people would.
Then, whatever, Lord Chapel is resurrected.
Yeah, Eric is his new character is called Sursa.
He's got this nice big
Just
skull
weird
belt.
names. Like Eric is just like Eric's like a teen mom, you know, who's kind of like naming her child the most exotic thing possible in order to kind of hide her white trash roots. Or maybe it doesn't have to be white, just trash roots.
Last page, look at this fucking
Sursa is my kid's name. Oh, good. You've doomed your child to like a lifetime of people saying, "How do you pronounce your name? What is this?"
That's how it ends.
But that's how Eric names his characters.
That's 77.
And he's bragging. He's just like, she's a white redhead, and she's never gonna be. I'm never gonna race swap her. And you know, it's like you said your company wasn't political.
Kind of gathering the
or
wounded.
anti-SJW, but then you say stuff like that.
Everybody's
I mean, again, like,
fucked up.
I don't care if you do or don't. Like, you're hiring authoritarian leftists. You're hiring them.
Oh.
You have like
There's a little,
probably the biggest girl boss
added
comic book
touch,
character
like,
since Captain Marvel.
they're on the
with
greetings.
Yaira.
There's Chapel's old body.
Just
But
weird.
this guy,
Messaging is way off base.
He's got a donut. We're talking about McFarlane and the donuts. Yeah. So he's just chilling there eating a donut. Like, no big deal. These dead things. Just doing his job.
I'm not doing wrong because he does it to others.
Okay. So Bad Rock.
Ethan gives Rip a shit over Rippa being an inferior creator with bigger success, which he envies and sees as unfair.
Like inverted with like all the lines
Well,
on the screen.
what a coincidence.
What I think is the direction. I wanted it to look like Mask.
I happen to see Ethan as an inferior creator with bigger success, which I envy.
Is to get all these players on there.
If he was humble about his luck, I'd be wrong to give him shit about it.
And then when he turned into Rob,
but since he's so entitled about it,
I want them all
that he gets to give Rip a shit about it, that lets me off the hook.
All these guys.
But my justification is more valid than his.
I really wanted that Mask.
What he does to others can be done to him with moral impunity. I unsubbed Rippa years ago for eating meat on camera.
Oh man, is that your Bad Rock?
Meat eating is unfortunately legal, but that doesn't mean I have to watch it or support someone who doesn't respect my aversion to it. I'm no Rippa fan, but what Ethan does to Rippa justifies us to do the same to him. If he was humble about his shortcomings, I'd overlook it. But the fact that he thinks he's above us and he gets to fling shit in every direction makes it fair play. What goes around comes around. Goose and gander, sowing and reaping and all that. Rippa isn't the only person Ethan gives shit to.
These robots, I think, were in.
He incessantly insults Matt Barr unprovoked.
Like Youngblood.
He treats Jimmy like a mascot.
Die Hard. They tried to replace Die Hard, I think it was.
And I suspect that he adopted Liam as a reward for Liam kissing the ring. To make an example of himself as a generous king to his most loyal subjects. That's subjugation, and it's one of the most demeaning things narcissists do to simps.
That's who's that?
John's just like
Shaft's
renewing his love for
Is that how that worked out? I don't remember, but he was totally Cable. Holy snipers. And this chick was talking about some cosmic fucking shit. Mind and Body said, not Cable is looking good, yeah. Look at that fucking Ward Chapel, dude. Yeah. Those are like bones and shit. Let's see. See? Little human skeleton there. Badass motherfucker. Oh, look here. Turning on like Sheree. Like trying to draw the shit out of this. And then, you know, like Shane brags. He brags about his close associations with Todd McFarlane. But you know what I don't think Shane got from Todd? One, I don't think Todd McFarlane ever said, you know what, I'm going to do a cover for Shane, a book that Shane's drawing. Todd McFarlane did do a book for a cover I'm drawing. And also, I don't know if Shane ever got to draw motherfucking Spawn. But I did. I got to draw Spawn.
Damn.
There's old school Cable getting ready to blow his brains out. It's flashback.
John's pulling rank.
Oh yeah, and he's got the look. He's got the little fucking shoestring If Shane ever drew Spawn, that's gonna hurt my feelings now. This Hell Train comes out, like all these kind of demon things are riding it. That's
I was trying to go into a midlife crisis.
But what I thought was funny was I drew this one guy. He's in like in my mind, he's a human being who's trapped in this demon suit. And the demon suit is forcing him to experience this whole thing.
Make some new stuff.
And he's just like, oh shit. This. Would you make out with this chick? Just grab her titties? Guys? The snake woman? Little Hellraiser type shit going on here. Just designing all that on the spot.
But I could see how, like, spending all day drawing a cover for Cecil might kind of drive you to despair. Like, what am I doing here? I used to draw Shaft and Bad Rock, Prophet and Cable, and now I'm drawing Kaiju for Cecil.
What do you call him? Kind of like a kabuki.
Take a spin through my past to remind me. Past glory days.
Then there's like a giant spider kind of thing.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I don't know how it's gonna affect my psyche to draw.
Oh, and like in God, like I drew a guy with like a
I gotta do it, or Anna's gonna kick my ass.
And now this thing has like 1,000 boobs. Yeah. Totally Ghostbusters. This big throne. Chunk, chunk, chunk. Make great comics again. Said if he was credited in just one comic in his life, I would be the happiest motherfucker ever. Glad to see you're so proud, man. I would be a savage, lol. Yeah, man. Whatever. It takes a lot of fucking work, together. I mean, clearly, I've shown you guys, like, this is all over years.
That's making me want to go check out my old Hal Jordans because I have not looked at any of them.
Which was
since I got canceled, I don't think.
Son behind him and Troll.
I don't think I've
down there. Excuse me.
They've got to be shit. I can't imagine. But every now and then somebody pulls a frame, like a page from one of them, and shows me on Twitter. I'm like, well, that's not bad.
That John McLaughlin guy left, or Rob got rid of him. Who knows? And then Rob kind of took over the story. And but I wanted to take over the story. I sent Rob, I think, a pitch, and basically he was like, "We're gonna do this first."
1,000 times better than anything I ever did at DC or Marvel. I take my time on it. That's true.
Warden Chat says your best work is ahead of you, bro. Well, thanks, Warden Chat. Appreciate you.
From Spawn to
Mind and Body said that buckle through your soul.
Amen.
Yeah. Good and bad stuff in there, guys. It's not all perfect. But, like...
And then realizes that he's...
And then... Oh, look. How do we... Look at this. Booyah. And these are all just characters that are created. This guy's Catellan, I think, right? Catellan, like combat. This guy's like
I missed a bunch
boss.
of them, I think.
He's put
on some trash cast stuff in the back of studio.
What was that? Letter People, I think it was.
Let me think about it. Imagine a man called Plushes. Imagine John on Wildcats Also thought
And then here's
Islam,
just
like
some
Psalms, would have been a better
some
name for
bulbous
Eric's
thing
comic
with a
if
little
he cared about
grain
biblical
in the bowl.
influence. Oh, that's pretty smart. Yeah, I could put on
Let's see.
I could put on Eric July's closeout stream
with a tight little butt, and then this other little assault chick over here.
Eric wants to rip his pouches. Fucking horrible. Absolutely terrible. I mean, I like have to detox from talking about him. I know people are like, you're obsessed with him.
Well,
here in the comments, I put timestamp links to my chat comments.
Like I just explained, like I always assume that people are smart until they prove otherwise, and then I'm like stunned and insulted. I assume people are smart until like you find out they're dumb, and then you're just like
a lot of detail
here. Like I feel like you betrayed me. I feel like you lied about being smart.
There's that Catalan guy, and Lady Photon is
kind of weird.
Like, oh, I'll save you, and then she like burns through his head.
All right, hang on. You guys want to watch Eric July's stuff while I do this? Let me see if I can find something. What else is there? Is there something else that I'm missing?
Or McFarlane.
Shane Davis is the only
like
trash
shot
I think.
A sliver of a moon, a sliver of a.
Who was dumber, Eric or Yellow Flash? Yellow Flash was half of Eric's IQ.
Pulls out, and then
Yellow Flash is really stupid.
On this thing, pull out again, and hold on. Oh, okay. We can see that the fly is on Vogue's face. This is a dead Vogue.
Yeah. The shape of his head. It took a long time to find the shape of his head.
Then we see there's like a crime scene.
It's like a mushroom, like big, wide cheeks, eyes really far apart on opposite sides of the head. And then in like, he's got a little jaw underneath this big, wide cheek.
It's the first time we're seeing him.
And it's like a cross between like a dinosaur,
like FBI, not on
crocodile kind of, and a dog. You know?
And then he kind of gets
like it took a long time to find the shape, and now I got it. Like that's and then his teeth kind of recede back. You hear a little bit to make it kind of smile.
Isn't that cool? And then I got to draw.
These characters all have to have designs.
Cool, I got
that you can simplify. You know,
Troll. Who's this? Night Saber, I believe.
Mr. Remix. I'm gonna find something else if you put Eric on. Oh yeah. Who is smarter, Matt Barr or Patrick T?
So all that was real.
Patrick T, I think.
Real for me to be doing.
You know, Matt Barr is no dummy. He's just crazy and angry. But I don't think he has like a low IQ.
I don't have 75. That's
but I still think I think Patrick T is kind of smarter. I don't, I'm not very smart, but I think I'm smarter than Matt Barr. I don't know if I'm smarter than Patrick T.
Let's see here, big. Look, that's almost like godlike. They're on a spaceship back from the moon. Who's coloring this now? Is that Ross Hughes? Yeah, Ross Hughes is coloring it now.
Mike, I got honestly. Let me at least present my argument, Mike. Okay? There it is, right there. You might be seeing things in the clouds, Mike. You know what I mean? Possible.
Sometimes it's just a cloud, Mike.
Sometimes it's just a cloud.
I'm begging you, turn my book on your screen, baby. Begging, let me back on your screen, baby. Begging, turn my book on your screen, baby. Begging, let me back on your screen, baby.
it's me, it's your dad. You are not born yet. Can't wait to meet you. I love you, and I can't wait to meet you in a few months.
If you want 4 more years of Donald Trump, let me hear you scream! Ding, 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 bomb. Ding, 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 bomb. Ding, 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 bomb. Ding, 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 okay. Ding, 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 bomb. Ding, 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 bomb. Ding, 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 bomb, bomb. I'm the mega king. Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of our country. We gotta get him out. Joe Biden is truly a threat to democracy. Well, why? For 2 reasons. Number one, we just said hard.
And here I detracted about Ethan again and drew a crowd of simps. But at least one of them turned out to be an Ethan sock puppet. This sock puppet, which turned out to be Ethan, goes off about how bad my art supposedly is. Yeah, right, poser. Well, I clicked to his channel and saw that the account was created that same day, which means Ethan created a sock puppet just for me. I'm honored and annoyed. So much for my art being so bad. If it impressed you enough that you're creating sock puppets to give me shit about it. A day or two later, the sock puppet vanished back into the void it crawled out of.
It's next one next winter, you won't have to steal a goon. Go chicken go, go chicken go, now gonna fly, you want the sky. All out the air, all out the air, all out the air.
I had commented, artists can't sculpt his own figures or color his own pages. If it takes 3 people to create an artwork, then they are each 1/3 of an artist. The sock puppet replied, Ethan's art is objectively better than yours. That amazing shot of Philadelphia covered in blood honeycomb from the new Sciver Frog comic wipes the floor with anything you've drawn. To which I replied, ha ha ha, the best parts about it weren't done by him. He's fooling you, fool. Then I clicked to his channel and saw that he was a sock puppet created that very same day. I went back and accused him of being an EVS sock puppet, and he deleted the account, which confirms it was Ethan. But not fast enough though, because I caught the whole incident in screen caps and screencasts. Some or all of those bashers may or may not have also been Ethan.
What's up, everybody?
But I caught this 8-man one red-handed.
Good morning. How are you?
100% confirmed Ethan Van Sciver sock puppet. I replied back, your account was created today. What are you, an EVS sock puppet? Are all of these dim bulbs talking shit to me, EVS sock puppets? Shameful. Ethan, this is shameful. All you had to do was not snob your betters, but your pretense compels you to. Faking it till you make it only works superficially. It has no effect on the core reality. Impress the art gods.
And I do this anyway, like, you know, I have to wake up at like
sincerely, not with bullshit.
To literally take the car.
They are the only ones who can give you what you want. Unless what you really want is just this pretense, being impressive through mind control. If that's the case, you're doing it right. The next day, I can't find 8-Man in that thread anymore. I know he existed and had been there, not just because of my screen caps of his shit talk, but because there was still a blue link to his channel in my reply to him. So I clicked it, and his channel is gone. Or at least Ethan intended for 8-Man to be gone, but he still exists in my screen caps. You can name all the people you think you're smarter than, but you can't include my name in that list. Ethan liking every comment that gave me shit just shows how fragile he is. People who live in glass houses should try to get along with their neighbors.
hey, just messaging you. As for our talk on Saturday, you mean when I was slurring and seeing two of you? I do hope you will have time to help me promote my comic. So this is what it's like to be me. You know, obviously, like, I see this guy and I'm just like, I don't want to help promote your comic because, like, this is, I don't know, at this point, like, I feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on me, and it's more like I owe you a favor or something like that, and I got to get this done so you stop bothering me. And I don't want to. I don't like your comic. And if it were like a great comic, maybe I would. Like, if it were like something that, I'm not even saying it's not great. I'm just saying, like, you know, if it were a comic book that was exciting and I really wanted to be a part of it, then maybe I would. But I mean, it was like just last week, I see a tweet from this guy who is saying John Malin's Godlike is like the worst comic I've read, or something like that. And I go, what the, like, what, like, even if that's how you felt, like, why are you posting that on Twitter? Like, what is the matter with you? Like, clearly, like, you know, do you have something against John? The worst comic that you've read? The worst? You could say I didn't like it very much. Godlike is the worst, is it? Yeah. See, that's somebody who's innately hostile, and somebody who obviously we're going to keep at a distance from that point. And then he came back like today and he was just like, I just said it was the worst CG comic. Listen, if Godlike is the worst comic you've ever read, you needed to be here in the early days like you claim to be. It's just ridiculous. Godlike is awesome, says Marcus. Godlike is an amazing comic. Black Hat Cinephile says, I don't believe EVS would promote something better than his. What would that be? Greg Flannet is fucking... Cyberfrog's awesome. I'm sorry. I truly believe in my own product. There's nothing out there that's better than what I'm doing. Nothing. Cyberfrog and Salamandroid and Heather Swain are iconic Comicsgate characters. And I love other people's work. I love what Shane's doing. I love what, you know, a lot of these things. But there's nothing out there better than Cyberfrog. Thank you very much. Twitter gives you cancer, says Leon K. Yeah, maybe it does. I'm not sure. King Van says, hell yeah, you talk your shit. All right, hold on a second. Like, seriously, if there was something that was better than Cyberfrog, like, that I actually thought was better than mine in the indie scene, I would definitely promote it. So that's John. And then today, like, what's going on with these guys? Oh, let me work my way into it. So that's a preface, okay? Just so you understand what's going on there behind the scenes. Like, there's a lot of, like, sour grapes kind of that pop up with this whole thing where it's like, yeah, well, nobody likes you anyway, Ethan. It's like, well, then leave me alone at a party. Like, if nobody likes me and nobody wants to see me at a party, then let me sit there and live stream on a bench without fucking coming over here and asking me to do work for you. That would be really nice. Black Lives or Black Wives, says Matt Barr, the story of Jekyll and Mr. Head. Shane Davis said Matt Barr needs a headador, says Black Lives. See, more of these jokes coming up. This is good. Doug 1985 VA loves horror says Tom Connors cussed and yelled at Mr. H on stream today and then left like a child. Clip that and send that to me. That sounds fucking great. Mr. H said, okay, bye, calmly, and continued like nothing happened. Here's BTM Reviews. Hail Ethan, hail chat. Hey, BTM, thanks for $20. You're doing great work, BTM Reviews. I've seen some of your videos lately. Good stuff. Hamilton Burger says, for $2, go on Nick's stream and make him eat pie. Urashima Taru. Yeah, well, I think maybe we'll do that. Says, nothing you could do could ever make me hate you more. Wait a second. Black Lives or Black Wives, says Matt Max, Fury Wound. Comic Books and Cahoots says, you don't owe anybody, EVS. Thanks for being a member for 6 months. I owe Comicsgate, but I also owe Comicsgate to not foist another psychopath on them. Okay? I mean, that's the thing. Why am I going to foist, like, here's somebody who I'm already sensing is kind of unstable, jealous, filled with bitterness, somebody who's going to turn into another PTP. Why would I turn this person? Why would I promote this person? I just kind of don't really need to do that. It doesn't seem productive for me. I don't get anything out of it. Here's the thing. If I actually charge people for promotion like Eric July is about to, hey, yeah, sure. You can come on my show. You will pay me $1,500 for my time. I will lie to my audience and tell my audience that your book is great for $1,500 or a percentage of the money that comes in. I could do something crass like that, which is basically what Ripascend is going to end up being. But I won't do it. I just won't. I could have been doing that from the start. If you think about it, if you think about like the amount of money that I could have made for my family by selling my extremely valuable promotion to the people who've received it, I could be doing even better now. I mean, even better. Buy my review, says Wally TV HD. We don't do that. That's the value of, my recommendation is that it's sincere and it's freely given to people who I think deserve it, which is why Dino King did so well. And by the way, don't underestimate the fact that I promoted Dino King. That is a big factor in why everybody is so mad at me right now. And I just have to I kind of shrugged it off and kind of said, this is the way it's going to go from here on out. I'm going to be guided by my own inner voices, not the psycho ones. Not that it's not like, I've got my mother in my head. I'm just saying I'm going to actually make choices based on, what I actually believe and how I feel about these comics. And that's it. That's just the way it is. You can like it or, like the back of Matt's head, you can lump it. Listen to your heart, says Alpha Channel, 100%. Yeah, so it is what it is, guys. If Lincoln or JFK had bar skull, they'd have lived, says Jose M. New head wound, says Black Lives are Black Lives. Guys, fucking defeat me. I mean, defeat me. I don't care. I just want to, I swear, I don't want anything. If let's say that, like, first of all, Comicsgate exists no matter what. Comicsgate could just be 3 people. It could just be me, John, and Shane. That's all it needs to really be. But yeah, I really like streaming with John and Shane. And not only that, like, I like their comic books the most. Like, I get excited about a new Shane Davis comic. I get excited about a new issue of Godlike or Graveyard Shift. I like their stuff. So I like them. I like their work. I respect them. And that's why I hang out with them. So who I hang out with equals who's in power. You see how that works?
Shane Davis's Glory Hole Rex. Anatomically incorrect thumb angle. You can't get this angle in real life unless your thumb is broken. Put your hand in this pose. Look at your hand. Look at the picture. Notice the difference and realize with certainty and with zero doubt that you absolutely cannot get your thumb in this position without breaking your thumb. John Malin's Jesus the Barbarian. Anatomically incorrect triceps. A physician would diagnose these 3 lumps as tumors. Actually, this looks like tumors on top of tumors. Look at a real muscular arm, then look at this randomly lumpy bullshit and realize that Malin is either cheating for time or faking a comprehension of physiques. By that, he's insulting your intelligence. Malin's thinking lumpy arm equals muscular arm, and the fish won't see the difference. Well, we're not all fishes. Some of us can tell the difference between a muscular arm and a randomly lumpy arm. The tragedy of it is, some colorists did some impressively stunning coloring, texturing, and shading to that fucked up line work.